Joss Whedon. No, just when he thought there wasn't going to be anything more about Joss Whedon. I'm actually surprised that a lot more people weren't passing around this article that was posted today when it comes to Joss Whedon. All right, so this was posted by IndieWire. Maybe that's the reason why, because IndieWire kind of sucks. But we have this article right here that has wallpaper or ads full of, well, that sucks. It just disappeared, but it had, women in bathing suits. Oh, well, guess we can't have that anymore. It says, Joss Whedon had no excuse to lash out at Buffy female stars. Cast details in new book. So here we go. Another article talking more about this. My God, the pop-ups. Recent headline making allegations against Joss Whedon are getting another look in a new book about the making of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's almost like this man can't get a break. Aww. In Evan Ross Katz's Into Every Generation a Slayer is Born, How Buffy Staked Our Hearts, just published by, of course, recently, Buffy the Vampire Slayer cast and crew members spoke out about working with showrunner Joss Whedon, who has since faced toxic workplace allegations, while Whedon has maintained that he was never physical with actresses or crew members. Buffy alums Charisma Carpenter, Danny Strong, Emma Caulfield, and costume designer Cynthia Bergstrom addressed the numerous allegations against the writer-director in Kat's book. Joss always talked to me about how the show was about a young girl becoming an empowered woman, and how, and this is what really gets me, how he didn't want to see the pretty blonde victimized, how he wanted to see her as a hero of the story. And now, in light of everything that has come out, I'm just thinking, then why the fuck did you victimize everybody? Why did you traumatize? What is wrong with you? That's what we're trying to figure out. And it goes on. We talk about all that. Buffy actor Strong admitted that the accusations against Whedon were far beyond what he realized at the time. And this is his quote right here. Look, my experience on the set was a very positive experience, including my interactions with Joss. Yeah, because you were a dude. And so I wasn't aware of how toxic the set was for some. And it seems like who it was toxic for was really attractive women. Yeah, that was who he was creating really unpleasant working experiences for. And it's not in your typical sexual harasser way, even. These stories, they're sort of atypical in creating this petty, almost high school-like environment and pitting the pretty girls all against each other. I'm sure there's a lot of psychological depth about what that says about Joss. Ooh, laying it down. So basically, it was like the pretty girls that he was, of course, threatened by because he's fucked up, and trying to pit them against each other. That's pretty good. That's not good. Or as actress Caulfield recalled thinking when the social media allegations come out in 2017. Well, that's out finally. I don't know why it took people so long to have an understanding that this person who fanboys put on a pedestal and think can do no wrong finally got dethroned. And then, of course, Charisma Carpenter said, I was let know now how I was fucking everything up for the season. Of course, with the pregnancy thing like that. And then some other actors were saying, I think because this was Joss's first show, there were things that got dropped. That's for somebody who worked on Veronica Mars right there. I think sometimes it made the set feel tense because people were like, I don't know that I'm important. Like, I know Sarah Michelle Gellar is important because she's the name of the show, but am I important? And I think that made it hard. And I think it puts out a lot of pressure on relationships with Sarah and other actors, and then other actors with each other. I think there was a lot of tension that way. God damn, this sounds like an awful set to work on. And then the last quote right here from Mr. Strong, I think this is mentally, I think that this mentally that we're seeing in him is kind of like this high school nerd who's angry that the pretty girls didn't like him, and he gets older and he's going to lash out at the pretty girls or hook up with some of the pretty girls, and the pretty girls that don't want to hook up with him, he's going to lash out at them in some way or turn other girls against them. That's right, Joss Whedon. The face of feminism right there. That's right. Remember that shot with him wearing that shirt? Face of feminism right there. So there you go. More stuff about good old Joss Whedon. You got to love it, right? God damn. What a dick. I mean, that's just what it is. And it's those kind of guys you got to worry about, you know? It's those kind of guys you got to worry about who are like, yeah, that's right, I'm on your side. It's all about feminism. And then, but to them, there's a whole other agenda that's like, that's why it sucks when you have somebody like, of course, Zack Snyder, who a lot of like those really die hard, I wear really thick glasses, my hair is the color of fucking cherry snow cone, and I'm pale as shit, that hate Zack Snyder because they think like he's like this big, huge, misogynist fucking dude. And it's like, the guy has been married for how long? He's adopted how many kids? He's all about family. He's never had any allegations, and everybody who's worked with him has praised the absolute shit out of him. They think he's the bad guy, but not Joss Whedon. And then mum's the word when all this shit comes out. They don't say a damn thing. They just kind of, they just scream at somebody else, or they try to find something on Zack Snyder, like the 300's fascist. It's fascist. It's Nazi propaganda. That's what it is. I watched it again last night. Yeah, it's ridiculous. There's nothing wrong with being masculine, guys. Nothing wrong with being masculine. And I'm just saying, when you got these certain types that are just like not masculine, and they're all about you. Yeah, sometimes they might not have something going on up, when it comes to up here. When they overdo the whole I'm a feminist card, you might want to watch out for sometimes with those guys. I'm not saying it's all of them, but sometimes you got to watch out. How many times do you hear about those kind of stories when you hear about somebody who was all about this and all about that, and then all of a sudden he gets sexual harassment allegations put on him, and it's like, well, there you go. God, we live in such a weird society right there. But yes, there you go. More stuff about Joss Whedon right there. Gotta love it, right? My God.